Pain, your position is perfect. Bachit is surrounded by 3 players, so normally he'd pass. And as usual, you placed yourself in the best position to receive it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Sansen Senpai New. Last episode delivered a huge turning point. Bachira Meguru finally chose his own path, breaking free from his dependence on both Isagi Yoichi and Rin Itoshi. That decision reshaped the flow of the game, as every player began fighting purely for their own ego. Isagi also managed to read the field at an even higher level, creating chances that challenged Rin directly. Now in episode 23, the match reaches its final moments, and every decision matters. I think this is where Isagi will attempt a decisive play to surpass Rin once and for all. Whether he succeeds or fails, this moment will define his growth in Blue Lock.
But he's not the same as before. I'm gonna devour him. I believe in a future where Bachit is so unpredictable, he outruns everyone on the field. I've received so many passes from him. I can see what the old version of him never would have tried. You're in the 11th hour. I believe in you, and that's why I'm gonna win.
Isagi.
I know you, Meguru Bachira. I knew in the end you'd choose to go it alone.
In that moment, Yoichi Isagi's play surpassed even that of Rin Itoshi's. And had Meguru Bachira's shot been blocked either a centimeter to the left or to the right, perhaps the fate of these 8 people would have gone differently. However, the ball randomly, mercilessly, even cruelly, landed at the feet of the victor.
Game over. The final score is 5-4. Team Red wins.
I fought all alone. I was convinced I didn't need anyone anymore. Here I was, in this lonely world, and you came to find me. Isagi.
I never doubted we'd win.
You mind? I'm basking in the glim after Bro.
Oh, sorry. So, who are we picking?
Almost forgot. I wonder if he'll let us choose like last time.
Hold on.
To be fair, even Jin didn't see this coming. The ball, after everything that had just unfolded, ended up bouncing from Yaji's feet toward Jin. And in that split second, without hesitation, without even a flicker of doubt, Jin struck it cleanly. A decisive finish. A shot that didn't just end the play, but effectively ended the match itself. As the moment settled, Baru began to realize something new within himself. He understood that he could continue existing even without relying on Yaji anymore. That realization pushed him to urgently speak up, as if he already had someone in mind he wanted to take back with him. But Jin immediately cut him off, saying he would decide instead, making it clear that any objection was meaningless. Jin had no intention of letting someone who had just experienced defeat quietly fade away into irrelevance. Instead, he seemed determined to pull Isagi upward, forcing him to witness firsthand what it meant for Jin to stand at the very top, to become number 1 in his own right. Isagi, being the one chosen, felt conflicted. He understood clearly that he had not yet surpassed Jin, not even close. Part of him wanted to think about how to overcome that gap later. But for now, he simply focused on comforting his former teammates, even though it was obvious they weren't interested in hearing anything more from him. And yet, this was not the end of their journey. The selection process was still ongoing, meaning they still had a chance. As long as they could gather 5 players, they would be allowed to face off again. Another rematch was still possible. At this point, even the narrative itself feels a bit confusing. Like why the author would pair 2 characters with similar abilities on the same team or set up these strange dynamics in the first place. But regardless, Isagi suddenly declared boldly, saying he would take Baru back. Ironically, he was the one who had just been taken away in the previous moment. And interestingly enough, Baru himself didn't seem particularly interested in resisting or reclaiming anything. He was actually quite satisfied where he was. Though at this rate, he might simply end up leaving Isagi behind entirely. Still, Isagi wanted answers. He wanted to ask Jin directly what exactly he was missing, what fundamental element prevented him from winning against him. But Jin, in his usual blunt way, dismissed the idea almost immediately.
I want in on this. I found out I can survive without Isagi, which is why I can say this with full confidence. We should pick. The only one I want is...
Shut up. I'm deciding. And no objections allowed. The final play of the game. I was totally unable to read it. I haven't felt defeat like this since I came here. Not until that moment. So now there's one more person I need to crush. Damn it all. I won't let you sink back down. Come along, Yoichi Isagi. I'll become the best in the world. And when I do, you're gonna have a front row seat.
I don't understand. Why pick me? I failed to beat him again and again. What didn't I try? What was I missing? No one could have known where that ball was going to land. It was impossible to read. Does the difference between the two of us come down to dumb luck?
Hey, Isagi, let's go.
Right, coming. It's no good. I can't wrap my head around it. Being chosen after losing. You guys, I'm sorry. We nearly made it happen. Came this close to beating the top three. That last goal was nothing but chance. We weren't steamrolled like last time.
Crap's the last thing we want to hear. Bane selected you over the rest of us. Nothing's gonna change that. So just shut up and get going.
You got that right. If I have to look at your face any longer, I'll end up killing you. Do yourself a favor, Donkey, and go.
Yeah, man. After all, you were always the main character on this team. And we're paying the price for being the supporting cast, plain and simple. But I swear the next time we meet, you're finished. We'll crawl our way to the top without you.
I owe these guys everything. I wouldn't have made it this far without them. That game was seriously intense. Nagi, Bato, Shigiri, I'm proud to have fought by your side. We gave it our all. You three better catch up. So, we'll meet again. We had them! Damn it! It's not over. Not by a long shot.
Yeah, we'll show him.
Yeah, glad to have you on board. If Rin wants you on the team, you must be something special. I mean, I totally would have picked you too, don't get me wrong.
Oh, thank you. I'll be honest with you. My first choice would have been Hyoma Chihiri. And
He implied that asking such things was pointless, almost mocking the very concept. Not in a superstitious way, but more like rejecting the idea that luck or fate was something external and uncontrollable. He went on to explain it in his own twisted logic. When people talk about luck, they often misunderstand it. For example, getting hit by bird droppings. Was that bad luck, or simply because you didn't pay attention to what was above you? If you realize there are birds everywhere above your head, then you can also realize there are countless possible accidents waiting to happen. Avoiding them isn't luck, it's awareness. He even extended the idea further. Take a lottery, for example. If the shop never placed a winning ticket in the system, then no matter how many times you draw, you can't win. So is that bad luck? Or simply reality? In that sense, luck only exists in relation to your position and your awareness of the situation. On the field, Blue Lock wasn't just teaching them how to score goals. It was teaching them how to increase the probability of those goals becoming inevitable. But when multiple inevitabilities collide, unpredictable variables begin to emerge. And that is what people call luck. That, Jin claimed, was the true origin of so-called fortune. The previous match was a perfect example. Most players froze in place when Baru's attack unfolded. But Jin and Isagi were the only ones who moved forward, accelerating through the chaos. Even if the ball's bounce seemed random when it landed at Isagi's feet, his presence in that exact position was not random at all. Hearing this, the others gradually began to understand. As long as they kept treating luck as something external that controlled them, they would forever remain second-tier players. To rise above that, they needed to learn how to control even luck itself, or at least make themselves the most likely point where it would land. Interestingly, Jin technically didn't even have to take that final shot. It wasn't a situation he fully created or controlled. And yet, that very goal served as a warning to him as well. Isagi was now only one stroke of luck away from reaching him. At the same time, Jin's words also reminded Isagi of something harsher. The gap between them wasn't just technical, it was mental. Jin had already accepted the flow of luck, victory, and defeat as part of his existence.
Yet, that back heel shot you made was glam, so you're welcome here, Yoichi Izagi.
Much appreciated.
No need to be so formal with us. Welcome to the top 3. Not like I'm trying to play the seniority card or something. I never abused my position.
So negative. Behold, I'm washed away with a wave of glam.
Funny, huh? You promised that you were going to steal me back, but the opposite happened.
Yeah, sorry about that. It was kind of lame of me.
Nah, you're fine. Being separated helped. It meant I had to figure out how to fight on my own. Up until now, I was afraid of playing soccer alone, always hoping you'd save me from that fate. It's clear, going solo helped me grow. I've learned that the only person who can save me is me. I believed in that and forged ahead. And at the end of the journey, I found you. Right then, I knew we had surpassed Rin. I owe you a huge thanks. I've learned I don't need you beside me every minute, which makes being with you even more fun than before. You better be sure to keep up with me, or I'll have to leave you behind.
Since when did you get so cocky?
Anyway, it's nice to be playing with you.
Is it just me? Or does Bachata seem more mature? Same here.
Hi-ya! Fell for it.
You jerk. Guess you haven't changed that much after all, huh? Hey, Dean. Tell me something. How did I lose to you again? What was I missing? What do I need to defeat you?
Even a chimp could answer that. It was luck.
Wait just a second! That doesn't explain what happened back there! I want something concrete! How else am I supposed to get stronger?
Luck can't be boiled down to some coincidental factor. It's the hidden element that favors only those who choose to act on desire. And if that's beyond your understanding, you have no right to live in the world of victory and defeat.
Hello again, my diamonds in the rough. My congratulations on passing the second selection. Yes, what exactly is luck? Quite the distasteful topic, don't you think? Please, proceed through the next door. I have a reward for you. Since you passed the selection, I'll break down the real nature of luck and how it applies to soccer.
The real nature? It all comes down to coincidence, doesn't it?
Sure. If you were an average Joe on the losing side, I imagine that's how your tiny brain would prefer to bend the facts.
What?
Shut up and listen. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever in your life been shat on by a pigeon? I think you'll agree it's the worst. But afterwards you realize something. See? The ground's covered in bird shit. And when you look up, there are a bunch of pigeons above you. Can you really call it bad luck when you could have avoided the shit? Simply by taking note of your surroundings a bit sooner.
Sorry, but what are you talking about?
It's luck. Or pure muck, I guess.
Reflect on this. There's a lottery at a summer festival. Now imagine the stall owner never included a winning number.
Meanwhile, Isagi was still trying to catch up to that mindset. If he wanted to evolve, he needed to collect high-'s own pieces of luck and turn them into strength. The next stage would begin just 24 hours later. A 5 versus 5 match against top-class players from around the world. Just a quick glance at the opposing team's roster was enough to shock everyone. This wasn't just a strong lineup, it was an elite combination of rising monsters. Among them was even a player named Loki, a 17-year-old prodigy already known as a rising star of the French national team. While the group was still processing the scale of what they were about to face, Isagi suddenly noticed something strange. Jin was nowhere to be seen. Later, it was revealed that Jin had been meditating alone, trying to connect with signals beyond the universe, before moving on to yoga stretches as part of his strange personal training routine. Naturally, Yaji copied him exactly, as if it was the most normal thing in the world. During this time, questions about Jin's relationship with his older brother came up. It wasn't as bad as people assumed, but there was definitely tension there, something unspoken, heavy, and unresolved. For Jin, the only way he believed he could truly settle that relationship was by defeating his brother directly. Back in the present, Isagi suddenly blurted out that Jin should consider him his opponent. The challenge came out clumsy, almost impulsive, but it carried real intent. Jin responded in his own way by striking an absurdly difficult yoga pose. He even casually named it something like, "the stance where you'll never beat me in your entire life." Isagi, stubborn as always, tried to copy the pose. He managed to hold it for barely a second, just long enough to surprise Jin slightly, before immediately collapsing face first onto the ground. That night, unable to settle his thoughts, Isagi went back to the training room. And unexpectedly, Baru was already there. If a coach had walked in at that moment, they probably would have gotten yelled at for training so late before a match. But neither of them cared. Instead, they continued their usual sharp exchanges, their egos clashing even outside the field. They mocked, challenged, and provoked each other like always. Above them, the next match loomed closer, and even before it began,
Can anyone really claim a person who didn't win had bad luck?
I still have no idea where you're going with this.
Luck doesn't exist just anywhere.
It only comes to those who place themselves in its path. It's the same on the soccer field. Think of those 90 minutes of play as a series of inevitabilities and coincidences.
Think back. Turning 0 into 1, boosting reproducibility, inventing a formula specific to your weapon. Every one of the lessons you've learned during your stay in Blue Lock has been about increasing the inevitability of scoring goals.
Although, that inevitability will eventually collide with your opponents.
This results in a coincidence, which then becomes ground zero for luck. As we can see in the following scene, here we have the moment number 16 dribbled through, ready to shoot. These 5 players decelerated or stopped running altogether. Number 15 anticipated him breaking free, but everyone else made the snap judgment to watch the shot. Or nearly everybody. Number 1 didn't slow down. He accelerated towards his opponent. He realized a pass was never going to happen, and 15 would try to block a shot. Recognizing an opportunity was present, he bet the attempt would fail.
Okay, back up a minute. Supposing that is true, no one was able to predict where the ball would land. It could have easily fallen anywhere on the field.
Exactly. But you're talking about the possibility of you gaining possession of it.
Let's pretend that number 1 instead decided to decelerate like everyone else. The ball might still have fallen in his direction, but if he'd gotten possession in that area, the other team's defense would have swamped him before he could shoot.
In short, not a good spot for a striker. So what did he end up doing? He sped up and relocated himself, somewhere he could take aim at the goal. Number 1 found a spot where he could draw the winning number, then waited for his luck.
So you're saying Reen stood on the birdship bullseye, which increased his chances of recovering the ball.
Birdship bullseye?
Naturally, there was a possibility the ball could have gone to an opponent. If that had happened, he would have easily been countered and lost possession. End of story. Then the other team would have won. That's how close and intensive a game it was.
Without a doubt, the determining factor in that game was luck. Doesn't matter if it was on your side, though. If you stood by doing nothing, the opportunity was wasted. What else were you expecting? You must hone your mind to respond to those coincidences. Otherwise, the opportunity will vanish before you know how to react. Learn to seize that chance by improving yourselves. So when it comes around, you can figure out where it might fall and be there waiting for it. You know what they say about the goddess of fortune? She only smiles down on those who favor her. Soccer is overflowing with lucky coincidences. Are you going to learn how to spot them, or cry when you overlook the signs in front of you? You'll always be second-rate if you don't know how to harness chance. Once you've done all you can, hold your head up high. Accept the outcome of coincidences and etch them into your mind. Give everything you have in a fight. That's the only way luck will find you.
Unreal. So that's how it works.
The competition had already turned into something beyond football. It was now a battle of pride, ego, and voice, who could dominate even before the whistle. And in this strange atmosphere, Jin eventually joined in too, casually responding in English and trash-talking the opposing team with surprising fluency. Not really to communicate, but more to show that he could, confident, sharp, almost playful in his arrogance. But at the end of the day, everyone knew the rule remained the same. 5 versus 5. First to 5 points wins. Baru, still burning with intensity from everything that had happened before, seemed almost reborn. Something in him had shifted after the previous match. His coordination with Jin had become unexpectedly sharp, almost instinctive. And right from the opening of the next battle, that connection paid off. Baru struck first, scoring the opening goal and immediately setting the tone. That single moment was enough to make it clear to everyone watching. None of them were small fries anymore. The moment Baru's opening goal hit the net, the atmosphere on the field shifted instantly. It wasn't just a score, it was a statement. For a brief second, it felt like their side had taken control of the rhythm of the match, like they were the ones setting the rules now. But that illusion didn't last long. The opposing team quickly adjusted. Unlike earlier matches where players froze under pressure, these opponents reacted immediately, almost instinctively. The gap in skill became obvious in how calmly they reorganized themselves, spreading out and rebuilding their formation without panic. Within minutes, they struck back. A fast, precise counterattack sliced through the field, exploiting the smallest hesitation in their defense. The equalizer came almost naturally, as if it had been waiting to happen from the very beginning. No celebration was exaggerated, no emotion wasted. Just a quiet reminder that this level of competition wouldn't allow them to stay ahead so easily. Baru clicked his tongue in frustration. For him, a lead wasn't something to be shared or defended carefully, it was something to dominate completely. Seeing it disappear so quickly only sharpened his hunger. Jin, on the other hand, remained calm. His eyes tracked the flow of the match rather than the score itself, as if he already expected things to unfold this way. To him,
For real? You knew this already, Rin?
Of course, but not everything this four-eyed jerk said is true. See, had I chosen any other position, the ball would have missed me. It wasn't an opening I controlled or created. The coincidence was like a falling feather. You created it, and it happened to fall to me. I defeated you simply through sheer luck, that's all. In order to grow as a player, I have to accept that fact. My punishment is knowing how I won.
That's the difference between me and Rin. The resolve to accept fate and its role in victory. How pathetic can I get? I was convinced I reached Rin's level. No, more than that. I thought I'd beaten him. But here I am, a loser. I failed and was chosen. I need to accept that fact, or there won't be a next time. At the very least, I've got this new piece to work with. Time to rebuild the way I think. If I want to beat him, I need to become a whole new version of me.
Moving on. As I said, your team managed to pass the second selection. By now, you should have learned the principle behind creating a chemical reaction. Next up, we have the third selection. And as promised, you'll participate in a training camp with the world's top players. You'll begin your next match in 24 hours. A five-a-side game. Your team versus the World 5. You're not diamonds, you're froggies in a cage. Time for you to learn about the outside world.
That's Luna, the Scion of Royale, the illustrious Spanish club. And Adam Blake, the top scorer in the English League. World-class free kicker, the freckly Pablo Cavazos. And the hungry heavy tank from the favelas, Donna Silva. Oh, jeez, this is nuts. Their team's made up of the world's best strikers.
Such a glam memory. Are you some kind of soccer facts nerd?
Just fire away.
Now that's a lineup. We're gonna play them? Have an actual game with these guys?
The idea of facing them is making me both excited and terrified. Oh, I don't know the guy in the middle with the shaved head, though.
Yeah, me neither.
His name's Julien Loki. He's the latest superstar athlete to represent the French League. By the way, the guy's only 17.
He's the same age as me, and he's already good enough to be playing for his national
Can
team.
you even imagine? If I defeat him, the world will finally have to acknowledge what a fabulous player I am.
By the way, where'd Erin go?
Oh, about that. He goes off on his own at the end of the day.
What are you doing?
Trying to catch up to you, obviously. No pain, no gain, am I right?
You're so dumb.
What are you doing, by the way?
This wasn't about maintaining an advantage. It was about identifying where control could be created again. Isagi felt it too. That uncomfortable realization that individual brilliance alone wasn't enough anymore. Every movement on the field was being read, countered, and redirected by someone else just as sharp. Indeed then, the game accelerated. One of the opposing stars, Loki, began to show exactly why he was considered a rising monster in world football. His movement wasn't just fast, it was strangely smooth, like he wasn't running through space but slipping between moments of hesitation. Defenders who tried to mark him found themselves a step too late every single time. Even Isagi struggled to track him properly. It wasn't just speed, it was timing, anticipation, something that felt almost unfair to read in real time. Jin, however, didn't seem surprised. If anything, he looked slightly amused, as if confirming a theory he already had about this level of play. But he didn't comment. He didn't need to. Baru, on the other hand, reacted differently. He didn't care about reputation or labels. If someone was strong, they simply had to be crushed. That mindset pushed him forward aggressively, demanding the ball more often, forcing himself into duels even when the situation wasn't ideal. It created tension in their formation, but also unpredictability. Isagi noticed something else during this chaos. Every time Baru forced a play, space opened somewhere else. It wasn't clean, it wasn't planned, but it was real, and if he could read it fast enough, there was a path hidden inside that disorder. That thought alone changed how he started moving. Instead of chasing the ball directly, Isagi began positioning himself around potential outcomes. He started thinking not about where the play was, but where it would collapse. That subtle shift made him feel like he was finally touching the edge of something new again. Jin, watching from slightly deeper, noticed this change immediately. A faint smile formed on his face. Because this was exactly what he meant earlier, luck wasn't random. It appeared where chaos and intent intersected. And right now, Isagi was starting to step into that intersection without even realizing it. The match intensified again. A quick exchange in midfield sent the ball toward Baru. Without hesitation, he forced another
My after-game routine. A yoga cool down and meditation.
Oh yeah? It's an everyday thing for you?
Why do you care? If you're gonna be a pest, leave. Crushing him is everything to me. My purpose for playing soccer.
I've been wondering this for a while now and never got to ask. You and your older brother, is there bad blood?
What?
Well, I got that impression.
You're wrong. It's an awkward but healthy relationship. The kind that will fix itself after I defeat him.
Wow, it sounds complicated. I've got a feeling sticking around you is going to make me a whole lot stronger. 'Cause
That's how it is with rivals, right?
You're absolutely nothing to me, least of all a rival.
Dude, I'm a year older than you. Show some respect, little jerk.
In that game and in that final moment, yes, I lost to you. But I will never let it happen again.
How's this supposed to be a cooldown? Bet you this isn't even an actual yoga pose.
I like to call this particular one You're Never Gonna Beat Me.
You're such a bastard! I know I'm not there yet, but I swear one day I'll be better than him. Don't you underestimate me! Yup, totally my bad. I got carried away. The furthest I've made it was prefecturals. Who would have guessed I'd compete with the world's best players? There's no time to feel satisfied. I have to improve, even if it's bit by bit.
You training? Looks like fun. May I join you?
You do know we're playing the World 5 first thing tomorrow.
That's why you're awake too, isn't it?
Well, I mean, yeah, but still.
The monster's gone. I said goodbye to him.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. Something about hearing a voice whenever you played?
Yeah, but right now, when it comes to soccer, I'm listening to my own for a change. That was the whole point of me coming here to Blue Lock. Getting the chance to meet you, Isagi.
He's still pretty strange. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But there's something else that hasn't changed.
He gets me fired up. You and I are gonna devour the World 5.
Then let's go full-on egoist.
Damn, they're way scrawnier than I thought.
You see? The Japanese aren't known to be muscular at all. All right, you lost the bet, so pay up that 10 grand you owe me.
They're laughing about something, you guys. With the distance and accent, it's hard to hear.
Yeah, agreed.
I'll clue you in. They think our team is some kind of joke.
Wait, how did you make that out?
My musical tastes are of a global variety.
You're just going to spend it all on women, aren't you?
Huh? Oh, do shut up. You came here to work too. I want to go to Harajuku.
Hey, what do you mean? Is this game like a part-time job for you?
Huh? Did he?
Direct attack, breaking through one defender with sheer physical dominance. For a moment, it looked like he would shoot again on his own. But this time, something different happened. Instead of forcing the shot, Baru sensed movement beside him. Isagi, arriving at the exact edge of the space created by that chaos. It wasn't planned coordination. It wasn't teamwork in the traditional sense. It was instinct meeting instinct. Baru struck the ball forward not as a final shot, but as a calculated release of pressure into space. Almost reluctantly, almost against his own ego, he fed the play outward. Isagi reacted instantly. It felt like everything slowed down for a brief moment. The ball wasn't just something moving across the field anymore, it was a possibility taking shape. Defenders rushed in, trying to close the angle, but Isagi had already read the final position before they even arrived. One clean touch, one precise adjustment, and the ball was gone. It hit the net again. For a second, there was silence, not because of surprise alone, but because of recognition. Even the opposing players understood what had just happened wasn't luck in the casual sense. It was the result of positioning, awareness, and timing aligning perfectly in a chaotic system. Jin exhaled lightly, as if confirming something important. Baru didn't celebrate much, but his expression tightened. Not in frustration this time, but in acknowledgement. He had contributed to something beyond his usual ego-driven scoring. Something that still felt unfamiliar, but not meaningless. And Isagi stood there, staring at the goal, slowly realizing what had just changed. It wasn't just a goal. It was a glimpse of a new way to win. Not by overpowering everyone, not by copying Jin, but by understanding how pieces fall into place when chaos is embraced instead of rejected. The match continued after that, but the balance had shifted again. Both teams now understood each other more clearly. Every movement became sharper, more dangerous, more intentional. And somewhere in the middle of it all, Isagi felt it again. That growing awareness that he was no longer just reacting. He was beginning to see the field differently. Not as isolated actions, but as a system where even luck could be shaped. And that realization quietly pushed him one step closer to Jin.
Rain's got some stones. Mad respect.
Yeah, that's right. There's no reason I come to a place like this between tours besides earning a little extra dough.
Listen, I'm going to crush you. Your little Japanese sightseeing trip, it's going to turn traumatic.
I've got to say I like your spirit, you damn brat.
Okay, that's enough. The three of you are acting like your children. You're Rin Itoshi, right? I heard about you from Ego.
Huh?
You're that guy Sai Itoshi's little bro, aren't you? He made a real name for himself at one of Royale's subordinate teams. If you're his brother, I'm sure you've got some amazing talent of your own.
Welcome to Blue Loft's third selection, Team Blue versus the World 5. The same rules as the previous selection will apply here.
We've got this. When we're done, my name's going to be seared into their brains. All 5 of them!
It's you and me, freckly superstar. Meguru Bachira's transformed. Now witness his debut.
Shit, good spin, man.
Don't think so. I'm taking one more touch.
You're amazing! You got Kabuto!
There we go! Let's hit him with a 1-2!
Can't pass it to you. You don't push my boundaries, Isagi. So keep dreaming!
All of his decisions are about evolving. This is Bachira's new soccer. A super egotistic dribbling style. In that case, I'll adjust to you. Set up a link-up play that's just beyond what Bachira can imagine, but is still within my shooting range. Pass it! Over here, Bachira! Where the heck did he come from? Fine then, I'll just have to get behind him. There it is! A whipped cross! What the... Are you too serious? Bachira and Irin used my movement as their inspiration, then hit them with a lightning-fast link-up play!
Did we just score against the World 5 team?
A brand new move made with an instant chemical reaction. Together, they're fangs, capable of taking a bite out of world-class players.
Wow, they're not that bad. They might not be pushovers.
Alright, guys, this is getting good. And I'm gonna score the next one. Blue Lock, additional time.
What have I told you? Bunch of slobs. Clean up after yourselves.
Man, why did no one bother waking me up? It's such a hassle going to breakfast all by yourself. Hey, have any of you guys seen my tape? I looked just about everywhere for it. Oh yeah.
Here's your leg care kit, Chickadee.
That's right.
Let's go get some breakfast.
I forgot.
Is this all of today's laundry?
Now he's gone.
How dare you leave our team in this position, you bastard! I swear, you will pay for this!
I'm dying of hunger.
Alright, that is for today's reaction. Thank you so much for spending your time with me here on Sunset Value. I truly appreciate every single one of you who watches, like, and support the channel. It really means a lot of and give me motivation to create content like this. So, if you enjoy the videos, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming reactions. Your support help me help the channel grow and bring more amazing content in the future. Let me know your true theory or what you want me to react to, like in the comment below. I would love to hear from you. Take care, stay awesome, and I will see you in the next video with more exciting reaction coming on your way. Peace, bye bye.